guys, it's TEW2016 Maxwell here and welcome to another edition of TNA Making an Impact. Today we are on pay-per-view, we are at TNA Destination X 2016. So we have a good build from this pay-per-view to the next one, so hopefully we're in a good position after here. Go forward into the next event, which is, I'll just quickly check, Hard Justice. So a good 5-week build until Hard Justice, so hopefully we leave you with a lot of questions after this one that we can tell through stories on the way to Hard Justice. So hopefully we get a good event here. I'm quite confident we can. A couple of surprises hopefully, and yeah, hopefully it goes down to be a good show. So as always, thank you for watching and let's jump straight into it. So we're sold out. TNA have sold out, can you believe it? 6,000 fans at the Bison Sports Arena. We start the show with a hype package detailing all the feuds that have brought us to tonight, which is of course Destination X. We have a small bit of pyro that goes off and we head away to our new announce team. Yes, we're finally free of Josh Matthews, you'll be happy to know. Pardon me, it is of course Mike Tenay and Leonard. Pretty sure it's Leonard. So Mike Tenay says hello everyone and welcome to TNA Destination X. Tonight we see 4 men battle it out for one major prize. Lenny replies with saying, "That's right, Professor. Tonight we see Drew Galloway defend his TNA World Heavyweight Championship against longtime rival Jeff Hardy, the new villain on the scene Adam Cole, and of course his old friend from the UK, Stu Barrett." Tenay says, "Yes, Lenny, that is going to be one hell of a match. One of many. Also in action tonight we see Magnus tangling with Lashley, MVP and DC3, and Bram has his work cut out with a debutant that needs no introduction." That's right, Rey Mysterio, baby, a man, Mike, that you will know a lot about. We've covered his career for over 20 years, and he is here tonight in TNA. What a night we have in store. So Lenny Leonard debuts his staff member gimmick, which get an initial rating of very good, and it's a D-36 for our 2 announcers. We start the show off with some X Division action, and in a bout that had some subpar wrestling and little heat, Kenny Omega defeats Ricochet and Sami Callihan in 11 minutes and 8 seconds when Kenny Omega defeated Sami Callihan by pinfall with a Kreuz Raft. Kenny Omega wins the X Division Championship. So a good opening match up there. The BC, in their first title match of the night, win it. For Omega a D47, Ricochet with a 48 in-ring performance, Callihan 42 and Omega 41. It continues the BC storyline. No skill improvements in this instance. Negatives there, quite a few for Ricochet and some for Sami Callihan, but I'm very happy with that and hopefully we can build up Kenny Omega. The first shock of the night has happened. Omega throws Ricochet at the ring and he seizes the opportunity to pin the fallen Sami Callihan and become the new X Division champion. As I said, what a start of the night this is for the BC in the first of 3 matches. Omega heads to the ramp to celebrate while Ricochet is rolled into the ring and now has a look of complete disbelief in his face after what has just occurred. So a good start there for the BC. As I said, they have the X Division Championship in their grasps with Kenny Omega. That is an E+30. So a bit of build up to do in Kenny Omega, but he's someone who will be a big player going forward. Next up, before the upcoming match between James Storm and Shibata, we see Rockstar Spud take up a position at the commentary booth next to Mike Tenay and Lenny Leonard. Spud just says, "Guys, it's about time that Shibata learns a lesson around here, and he's done nothing but bully people since he got here. Hopefully James Storm can teach him a lesson since I am not medically cleared." Obviously I wanted to go Spud against Shibata, but the injury just meant we'll put it with Storm again, and Spud Shibata will probably happen at Hard Justice. So that's an E29 for Rockstar Spud, appearing as a guest commentator. The match itself had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, and Shibata defeats James Storm in 9:06 by pinfall. A very good C-56. It got the crowd hotter. Great chemistry between James Storm and Shibata. James Storm with a 48 and Shibata with a 58 performance, so that's good to see. No skill improvements. Our dirt sheet has a few negatives there, but hopefully, we can continue this run of Shibata. So a good victory there for him. The match is over and Spud tries to make the save for James Storm. However, as he enters the ring, Shibata volleys the injured leg of Spud, which sends Rockstar Spud crashing to the mat. Shibata walks out of the ring and he just laughs while Rockstar Spud rolls around in pain and agony. He's just hot. So a D-38 here. It continues their storyline. The announce team did help the match. And yeah, nothing really to add to that. It's just giving them a little segment together to give them a bit of heat in this feud. Next up, we have a special over-the-top entrance for the Miracle that TNA needs, and that is, of course, Mike Bennett. That is an E+33. Nothing really else to add there. He gets a match on pay-per-view against Grado, which he wins in 4 minutes and 25 with a box office smash, a poor D-38. But again, just giving Mike Bennett pay-per-view time till we get him in a proper feud. Him and Grado didn't click. Grado with a 24, 40 for Mike Bennett. Again, just making him look strong. We'll get him away from jobbers eventually, or enhancement talents eventually. And yeah, it just basically does its job, continuing up some good momentum for Mike Bennett. We then have a promo for 3 of our knockouts, Ali, Jade and Sienna. Sienna says for too long the same old boring knockouts have reigned over TNA. Oh, it's Gail Kim this, or it's Velvet Sky that, or it's Angelina Love. I'm sick of it. These ladies have the nerve to call themselves the beautiful people as well. Jade says, let's face it girls, you're no longer required around here. You're past it. Hell, you're not even beautiful. The true beautiful people are the 3 women who stand before you right now. Ali says, yeah, you tell them. Sienna says, shush Ali. Tonight we eliminate you all, and Gail, that title will be mine soon. So basically we're having that close unit between Sienna and Jade, and Ali's kind of like the lackey of the group, shall we say. At D45, get the crowd hotter, and it continues the storyline with the rookies and the veterans in the knockouts division. So happy with that, no skill improvements, just poor momentum for Ali, and the segment was rated poorly because of the low heat in the storyline. But again, we can build that up. The match itself did very well, and about that had some subpar wrestling and little heat. We had Sienna, Jade and Ali defeat Gail Kim and the Beautiful People in 10 minutes and 12 when Sienna defeated Angelina Love by pinfall with a cutthroat. In terms of in-ring work, Gail Kim was head and shoulders above everyone else. The D+52 is promising because really we've got 1 knockout who's at the elite level, which is Gail Kim. We've got 2 that are on their way out, which is the Beautiful People. And we've got 3 that we're hoping to build the cornerstone of the women's division around that are improving and only going to get better. So 38 for Sky, 35 for Angelina Love, the standout 62 in-ring performance for Gail Kim. Ali just with a 30, but she'll take time to get over. 45 for Jade and 41 for Sienna. I'm probably going to look at another picture for Ali, the former Cherry Bomb. Obviously, I believe her hair's blonde now, so we have to kind of make it a bit more up to date. Velvet Sky improves her performance skills. Negatives, going to have psychology issues, inconsistency and a bit of poor momentum. That's understandable. Not everyone can have good momentum going into matches. Next up, we've got our Tag Team Championship match, and about that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. BC have defeated the American Wolves, both struggling with a bit of injuries. In 10 minutes and 3, I had to have the match. I really couldn't afford not to have these teams in action. Nick Jackson defeated Davey Richards by pinfall with a 450 splash. The BC win the tag titles. C+70. Both of the Wolves were slowed down by injuries. They'll get the week off, at least wrestling, on the next Impact, but they still managed a 67 for Eddie Edwards, a 71 for Davey Richards, 58 for Matt Jackson, 58 for Nick, 56 for Matt. It continues the storyline between these 2 teams, which I think will continue, but it adds a little bit of freshness in the tag division, which I'm happy with. New champions. Still unsure what we're going to do with the Wolves. I'm probably going to keep them together, but there's definitely massive potential as single competitors going forward. The BC now has 2 out of the 3 titles that they're going for tonight. Can they get the clean sweep? Let's carry on. We've got a promo. Bobby Lashley says, for months now, Magnus has had my number, and he's done nothing but brag about it, and he's continually rubbed it in my face. It's had me continually questioning my future in the professional wrestling business. But I went home, and I looked in my children's eyes, and I just knew, right there, that I couldn't give up. I gave my all, and I pinned Magnus last week to earn this match. Tonight again I do it for them, and I'll show the world that this is just a rebirth of Bobby Lashley, the true Ultimate Fighter. So a pretty good promo for Bobby Lashley. TEW2016. The move aside storyline has advanced with a segment. No skill improvements to speak of, and yeah, pretty happy with that. And Bobby Lashley has a match up with Magnus, and that is next. So the match itself did okay. It was a C+69, and a decent match. Bobby Lashley gets his revenge by defeating Magnus in 14:34 by pinfall with a spear. And this was with Lashley off his game. Lashley got the 61, Magnus with the 64, and the move aside storyline has continued, so happy with that. Only negative was the inconsistency of Bobby Lashley and the low experience. It's just showing that Bobby Lashley is still going to be a near main event player here in TNA for a wee bit longer. Next up, we've got a hype video, and it is for the upcoming match between Bram and Rey Mysterio. We see Bram continually demand competition and threaten Carly, and then we have the announcement of Rey Mysterio, and then some highlights of him from his recent run in Mexico. Tonight, Rey Mysterio debuts in TNA Impact Wrestling. So C-54 for Rey Mysterio. He then gets his over-the-top entrance. We get Bram frantically pacing himself up and down the ring. The lights go out, a luchador mask appears on the screen, and we get some pyro. And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the debut, the TNA debut of Rey Mysterio. So C63, fan favourite gimmick for Mysterio, which get an initial rating of above average. High morale, all positive there. The match itself, will they click? That's the question. It clicked. Excellent. So on about that had some good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Rey Mysterio Jr. defeats Bram in 14:21 by pinfall with a 619 into a seated senton. B-74, delighted with that. Bram was not suited to his gimmick. He gets a 58, Rey Mysterio gets a 73. No skill improvements here. Only negative is the stamina of Mysterio, so that's going to be worrying going forward. And we can finally change the gimmick of Bram, who's now going to change to an egomaniac. And very good, so that's pleasing going forward that we've got Bram's gimmick finally sussed out. But a good debut for Mysterio, and hopefully he'll be a big player going forward in the growth of TNA. Next up, we've got a promo from EC3 on MVP. He says, ever since Carly brought in MVP, he has done nothing but moan, whine and complain. He says no one respects him. But what has he done to earn respect? How about if you actually win some matches, show that you're a superior athlete than me, then maybe, just maybe I will respect you. But tonight you will learn to respect EC3. When I show you that I don't need to be handed opportunities, I will make them and I will take them. So big words there from EC3 on MVP, and that is a B77 promo, and it continues the control of the company storyline. A wee bit longer anyway. The match itself was good. EC3 defeats MVP in 7 minutes and 48 when MVP was disqualified because Tyrus came in and attacked EC3. So again, getting some backup to make sure that he's getting the victory over EC3. B-73. MVP was off his game, however, but Carter with another good performance at 75. MVP with 58, and it continues their storyline. So we're probably going to have some alliance between MVP and Tyrus going forward, and we'll probably get Carly involved in this feud more going forward. MVP improving his performance skills. Negatives, stamina for EC3, psychology for MVP, and MVP is inconsistency as well. But still a pretty good co-main event for TNA. Next we've got a promo with Stu Barrett, who says JB says tonight, Stu Barrett, you have the chance to win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against one of your oldest friends, Drew Galloway. How do you feel? Barrett says, how do I feel? JB, really? I feel great. I know tonight that history is about to be made when I win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And I'm going to do it with a good old bullhammer to my old friend Drew. GB says, you seem a bit overconfident, Stu. Aren't you underestimating the influence that both Adam Cole and Jeff Hardy could have in this match? Who the hell do you think you are? I'm bloody Stu Barrett. Anyone, and I mean bloody anyone, gets in my way and I will knock them out. Whether it's Hardy, Galloway, Cole, or the bloody BC. This is Barrett's time. So, big words there from Stu Barrett. He's not going to take any crap from anyone. And that is a C plus 68 promo from him. Hopefully we can get him to an elite level. I've done it in TEW2013. I made him like one of the main guys in the WWE. So excited to book him here and excited to produce promos for him. Continues the championship storyline going forward. We have our hype package for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship match. Champion Drew Galloway has made many enemies since becoming the champion. He's had a friendly rivalry with TNA legend Jeff Hardy. Then the BC arrived on the scene and caused havoc, with Adam Cole demanding a title shot. Then finally, an old friend from the UK arrived when Stu Barrett made his presence known. All three men hope tonight is their night that they can become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Disappointingly, that was only a C59. If this underperforms, I'm going to be quite gutted. But the championship storyline advances, and we get ready for the main event. So in a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Stu Barrett defeated Jeff Hardy, Adam Cole and Drew Galloway in 1949 when Stu Barrett defeated Drew Galloway with a handful of attacks. Stu Barrett wins the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, the TNA Championship. Drew Galloway carried the match in terms of a ring performance, and it was a B-71. So Drew's getting better at his gimmick. Jeff Hardy was off his game. In the finish, which didn't come up in the text, is basically Galloway gets pinned by Barrett after Adam Cole is distracted by the debut of one Fergal Devitt. So Devitt is here. He's debuted his fan favourite gimmick, which was below average, which is quite disappointing. But he's going to be a big name to use going forward. Drew Galloway, the 76. 61 for Jeff Hardy, 59 for Adam Cole, and the 65 for Stu Barrett. The championship storyline advances. Stu Barrett is improving his rumble skills. And yeah, we have Fergal Devitt in TNA, and we also have Stu Barrett as champion. So Mike Tenay says, "Oh my God, Lenny, did you see that? The man who has caused the distraction and has cost Adam Cole the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. That's right, that's Fergal Devitt. What the hell is he doing here?" Leonard says, "I have no idea, Mike, but he has strong links with the members of the BC. He's a former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, a former NXT Champion. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he might be a part of this TNA roster." Mike Tenay says, "What a bombshell this is going forward, partner. What does this mean for the BC?" So exciting times ahead. C61, Fergal Devitt is in TNA. What does this mean going forward? And we finish the show with, and thanks to what has transpired, with a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Amongst the chaos, Stu Barrett has pinned the champion Drew Galloway and has won the match and the championship. Barrett grabs the title off the referee and looks at the crowd and shouts, "Boom, I bloody told you so." What does this mean as well for TNA going forward? So, quite a lot to take in. A slow start to the show, admittedly, but a couple of new champions, two debutantes, one surprise, and it's all change here in TNA. None of this shit you're getting in real life. None of this Matt and Jeff Hardy fighting in their house, which admittedly I haven't seen as this goes, as this is taped, so it might have been good, but it's not like it. Overall, B-72, and we increase our popularity in 19 regions, obviously going to be the UK, Canada, and the US. So I think we're going to praise EC3, MVP, and I think we'll go with Stu Barrett because he has became the new champion. So EC3 pleased with the speech, MVP is pleased, as is Stu Barrett. So quite a few changes there. It'll be interesting to know what people think about that. Really changing the landscape of TNA here. Let's see if there's anything here that affects us. Oh, Ishii thinks he's going to leave New Japan. That could be an interesting one. We'd like to see him here in TNA. I don't know if we can afford it, but you never know. Drawn a lot of praise for the 6,000 that was there, so that's good to see. All else we can look at is just here. Velvet Sky's unhappy. A 0.71 pay-per-view buy. A 0.05 TV rating. That's obviously for being on Bravo, and that's obviously for being on DirecTV. And 7,000 for drug tests. We're just going to have a quick look. Broadcasting. Yep, so In Demand covers Canada and the US. Bite TV covers, obviously that'll be cancelling because that's the lesser one. Bravo UK is obviously our coverage in the UK, that's commercial, so literally all we're getting in pay-per-view is from America, and we've got commercial for Sky Deutschland as well, which is Central Europe. But at the moment, we're 500k up in profit, a good bit down on TV revenue, pay-per-view revenue, which I did say was going to happen because obviously they changed to a lesser network. But we can only keep improving. As long as we aren't losing money, if we're still making like 300, 400k per month, I'll be quite happy with that, because hopefully by the time the industry properly drops, we might still be in a good position. In fact, it's rising, so we're going to rise with it, which is good, and we'll hopefully continue to make money. So no danger of us going out of business. 50s across the board apart from the tri-state region, so yeah, we're improving at a nicely steady rate. So that is it for this episode of TNA Making Impact. Let me know what you think. How you find the series so far? Obviously it's a bit different to the start last year's in TEW2013, because at the start of the game I had no idea what I was doing. So let me know how you think the series is progressing. Have you felt I've made too many changes too soon? Or are you quite happy I've taken it away from how TNA is in real life and kind of really making it like a properly my own company? So let me know what you think of that, how you thought the results, the title changes, programs going forward, debutantes, etc, etc. As always guys, thank you for watching, it's deeply appreciated. If you can leave a like or any other comments, if there's even questions about stuff, certain mods or whatever, I can try and get back to you and try and provide some information for you. And yeah, if you haven't subbed, hit the sub button, and these videos will drop every Tuesday and every Friday. But as I say, if you're looking for more TW content, I can only recommend the Grey Dog Software forums in the Dynasty section there. There's so many guys that are doing written stuff, and of course videos, and the same with the Fantasy Bookers subreddit on Reddit. So check it out, give the guys a lot of support. As always, deeply appreciate that he's watching, and see you real soon. Bye bye.